Hello everyone, my name is Ilya Makarov and today I would like to demonstrate you the changes we did in multi-vendor for the last month and to say a few words about what we are working on at the moment. As always, first part will be about what changes we already did, and this means that they will be released in upcoming versions. This is 4.10. And the second section about what we are working on, researching and so on. Okay, so let's begin. The first thing I would like to tell you about is more technical. We updated jQuery library. It's JavaScript library for the storefront to the latest version 3.3.1. But from store owner, what it means to you is PCI compliance. So the reason why we updated jQuery is because the old version of jQuery was had some problem with security, and even though it didn't affect our multi-vendor installation, we still had to update jQuery because PCI compliance checks didn't care that whether we vulnerable or not. So that's why we did it. Admin dashboard. As a store owner of the marketplace, it's very important to keep tracking how your business is going, and for marketplaces the business is activity of their vendors. That's why we added vendors activity on the dashboard. So this is main dashboard of admin, and here you have information about vendors activity, and it works with period selection. Unfortunately, I don't have demo data here. So a few words about what we can see here. So vendor with sales is how many vendors did any sales, it doesn't matter how many orders, for the selected date range. New vendors, how many new vendors registered in your system. Vendors with new products, this is how many vendors created new products in your marketplace. Not logged in vendors, this is a very important thing. It's how many inactive vendors do you have in your store. For example, you filter for the last few months how many vendors didn't even logged into your marketplace, and you starting to work with them individually. So you asking them, why didn't you log in, what do you need, maybe you need some help, and so on. And new products, it's rather not new information, but it's still important. Okay, another small notice is about vendor details. When we go to vendor profile in the sidebar menu, we can see active products and out of stock products. We decided that this information will be useful, and that's why we added here also. Okay, what next? Vendor invites. It's a shame actually that we didn't have this feature earlier, because vendor invites, it's invites in general in any system. It could be messenger or social network or anything else. It's a very powerful feature, and it makes life of owners much easier. So we implemented this feature, and this is how it works. You have a new button on the vendors page, invite vendors. Here you write emails with new line. Example, you can have a list of vendors from your database, or you could download it from MailChimp or anything else. So you write a list of emails example com, then you send invite, and here you have a list of pending invitations. So here you could have hundreds, thousands invites and so on. And once this vendor is registered, this record will be removed from here. Okay, I do it manually for now. And what also important is that what vendor receive when you send them invites. It's an email that you can configure, and I show you how you do it. For now, in default multi-vendor installation in 4.10, it will look like this. So here we have a logo, main text, and the bottom. And when you open invite pop-up, you see here is a link, edit vendor invitations, and when you click it, you redirected to design email templates and template vendor invitation. So here you can do anything you want. You can add a YouTube video about your marketplace or any promo information and so on. So it's completely configurable from your site, and you can use it as you wish. Okay, what next? Product variations. Product variations, it's a feature about bundling different products with different options. I already mentioned it in previous demonstrations, but for now I would like to summarize all the information about it for those who probably didn't hear it or forget how it works. So what is variations? Variations in CS card is the ability to bundle different products with different properties into one card or cross-link them. For example, you have a t-shirts, how it shown on my example, and you have different colors for them and different sizes. For sure, you have different inventory for each of these of those products, and also you want to switch from one product, for example from black product to white product. So when you click this image or you select here another color, you should be redirected to another product, or you would like to have here to download it new images. As you can see, here is black images. When I switch to white, it's white images. The same with blue color. You see with t-shirt blue I have only one image, and this feature makes management of the products and the way they displayed on the storefront much easier and user-friendly. So a few words about them. New variations. In previous versions, there were several versions ago, there were product combinations, and the problem with product combinations was that they had a separate import. They didn't work with product filtering, and there was a problem with different prices or anything else. So now you can easily filter by product color or product size. An important thing here is that on my screen you can see that color is a separate product. However, the size is the product inside the one. So when I change the size of the product, I stay on the same page. So it has the same URL and the same description and so on. Also, what I would like to mention is a variation group code. On the list of variations, there is a group code. It's actually some ID that bundles all those products in one group, and it helps you to bundle these products while importing them. So it very useful thing, and also you will be able to export those variations to Google data feed or any other data feed. Okay, so let's go on. Online chat via Telegram. So the Telegram is rather famous messenger. Here we have some statistics. For example, at this review, it's number 5. I don't know in how many countries it's used. For example, in Russia, it's not so popular, but still many IT guys use Telegram, and it's very useful because it don't have restrictions, it don't have ads inside, and so on. So about multi-vendor, we created a new add-on. It's called the Telegram, and it's based on replaying. So replaying is a separate service that allows you to ask questions on the storefront, and all those questions redirected to your Telegram account. So I will demonstrate to you how it works. Okay, so here we go. Here is my multi-vendor demo site, and you see here is an icon. You will be able to change this icon in the future, and I would like to ask some questions. Hello, I need some help. Okay, it asks for my name. My name is Ilya. Okay, and some phone number. So I click submit, and probably will do this thing. Okay, so now this is a storefront view. Now I switch to Telegram account. Here it is, and here is a new request. When I click this pen icon, I can now talk with the client who wrote me on the site. Okay, so hi, thank you for contacting us, and so on. Okay, so here is the communication. It's very easy, and the advantage of this messenger is that it have very good application for any device, iOS, Android, any desktop, Windows, and so on. So it's called Telegram, and it's very easy to install it, and so you always will be online on your marketplace. Okay, so I'm not sure about in what edition will be included this chat. I suppose it will be both in multi-vendor and multi-vendor plus, but it's under discussion for the moment. Let's continue. So two features that we researched for the last month. So it's not included in multi-vendor yet. We just make some research and trying to understand what's the possible solution. So the first thing is vendor warehouses. What is it about? For example, you have a vendor. It's create, I don't know, for example, pens. Okay, and it has several warehouses. For example, in Canada, in US, and in Australia. But for now, in multi-vendor, he cannot enter different locations. For example, I have the number of pens. In Australia, it's 1,000 pens. In US, it's 500 pens, and so on. So what we did is try to understand how we can achieve this and how we can make different warehouses for the same vendors. We created a small prototype, so it's MVP for this solution, and it's called add-on warehouses. I already installed it. After it's installed, I go to stores and pickup points, and here I can create different warehouses or stores for a vendor. If I switch to the vendor, I can create my own stores, the same as warehouses. For example, new store here. Okay, I created, and after I created this, now I can set the quantity for each warehouse. Okay, let's go to my products. Here is the product. Here is a new tab, quantity, and you see I have a different number of product on different warehouses. For example, I have here the 100. So on the list of products, I can see that we have where is 148 products. So this is about warehouses. We continue research, and probably in one of the next version we will include this feature. And it also not quite clear in which edition are we going to include this. Probably it will be only in multi-vendor plus, probably not, so it's still under consideration. Okay, so the next feature is also very interesting, and it's called storefronts. As you probably know, in Syscart we have Syscart Ultimate, and it allows you to create different storefronts, and those storefronts can be used for different locations or group of products. For example, one storefront for US, one storefront for Canada, or you can sell the apparel on one storefront and electronics on another storefront. And it's a quite interesting feature because you can configure what products you would like to sell there, what currencies are available there, what languages, and so on. So for now we are looking at the opportunity to create the same thing for multi-vendor. So here is a picture that displays how it should work. For example, you have a number of vendors, and you can assign any vendors to a storefront, and also you can set a currency and language for this storefront, and thus you will be able to create different storefronts, as I mentioned, for either locations or different group of products. So we already had an MVP for this feature, but it's not available for testing for now. I hope in the next month we will do this and provide you with some beta add-on to test it. Okay, so that's about what we did in last month. So what we are working on, as I mentioned earlier, we are working on light checkout. It's one-page checkout without any steps, without form submissions. It should be quick and easy for the customer, and actually it's already released in a Russian edition of our product, and for now we make some improvements and adaptation for international version, including geolocation for Google Maps and other features. And our plans are to release this feature in 4.10, so it will be there for sure. I hope we will release a release candidate of 4.10, so you will be able to test this feature. Product variations. We have some final steps to complete the product variations. So they're not quite important, but still they will make some problems when you're using product variations. So I think it will take us some time, but for sure for 4.10 version it will be released and product variations will be out of beta. Also, product variations will affect the common products feature, because common products feature are based on variations, so it's important to know this. Multi-vendor storefronts, as I mentioned, we will continue to work on this, and probably it will be included in one of our next releases. Again, I'm not sure about edition. Probably it will be even new edition, because it's a complex feature. Also, vendor mobile application. For now, we're considering creation of a vendor mobile application for multi-vendor. We have a customer mobile application, but we see the need in vendor mobile applications, so any user of your marketplace can first become a vendor and can switch between vendor administration panel and storefront seamlessly. So it's very easy and quite understandable, and admin panel of vendor mobile application should be much easier than it now. So it should look more like the storefront interface, not the backend of the store owner. So and the last thing to mention is the marketplace. I already mentioned it, and I told about our plans to launch it as a full-featured marketplace. And for the next month, we hope we will start selling developer add-ons on our marketplace, so the store owners will be able to buy on the marketplace and have the same condition for different add-ons. So those are the plans. That's all. Thank you very much for your attention. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask here in the video or on the forum. Goodbye.